final ingredient of success. Remember I told you there were 5. I'll tell you a little story about this. I was in pentathlon, modern pentathlon. When I did it, the same events are there now, but they're different in duration. When I did it, it was 5,000-meter cross-country ride on a horse with 26 obstacles. And the horse you rode, you drew out of a lot. You'd never seen him before. So that wasn't too easy. And you rode 5 minutes apart. So if you had 60 people in the competition, it took 3 hours to do the darn thing. Anyway, the second event is épée fencing. Normal fencing is touching your opponent 5 times. If we're fencing, one of us touches the other one 5 times first. In pentathlon fencing is 1 touch, épée. And the target is anything on the body. You can touch the other guy on the toe and you win, or on the finger or the head or whatever you want. 1 touch, and you have 3 minutes to fence each bout. And it's round robin. In the Rome Olympics, there were 60 of us. All 60 had to fence all 59 others. It took 14 hours to do the fencing event. And each bout is limited to 3 minutes, which means if neither one of you has touched anybody in 3 minutes, you both lose. And that kind of motivates you to want to win. So that's a long day. Then the third event is pistol shooting. In our day, it was turning targets. You had to start with your arm at your side and your elbow had to be straight. It couldn't be up here. It had to be here. And we shot 22 caliber pistol of 50 meters or 25 meters. And the targets would face from an edgeway to a facing you. And when the target faced, you had 3 seconds to raise and fire 1 shot, and the target would go away. If you didn't get your shot off before the 3 seconds, you lost 200 points off your pentathlon score. You could not miss one. And you did that 20 times. They don't do that anymore. The 4th event was swimming, 300-meter freestyle. And the 5th event was 4,000-meter cross-country run, and you ran 1 minute apart. It was never a race against another person. It was just running the course for time. You were not allowed to be on the course before you ran. You were not allowed to even see a map of the course before you ran. You didn't know whether there was hills, water. You didn't know anything. We had a course one time. It was up a steep hill like this. It was kind of sandy, and there was a rope hanging down. You could pull yourself up on the hill while you ran up it. We had grass this tall sometimes to run through. So it was kind of a difficult run. And I went to Korea in the Army, and I was over there for about a year on the DMZ actually, and they had a triathlon competition. And I had shot competitively in college in Montana, and I had swam. And this triathlon competition involved 45 caliber pistol shooting, swimming, and running. And I thought, I can shoot, and I can swim. Anybody can run, so that's easy. And that's true. Anybody can run. It's just some can run fast. And I had never run, ever. I hadn't run a step. I was 22 or 3 years old at the time. And I ran my first 3,000-meter race. It was about almost 12 minutes, I think, something like that. It was pretty slow. And I was dead last in the run, but I won the shoot and I won the swim, so I won the overall. I was Far East champion, and they sent me to Texas to learn pentathlon, to learn how to ride a horse. I'd never been on a horse, and learn how to fence. And I went there on June 21st of 1956, and we had the Olympic trials the 1st of October. I had till July, August, September, I had 4 months to ever even know what to do with a fencing blade, or what to do on the back of a horse, or how to run. And they weren't going to let me do the Olympic trials because I was so young at it. But then they thought, well, let him have fun, let him give it a try. So the Olympic trials in the pentathlon were the first pentathlon competition I was ever in. Ever. I'd done a few fencing tournaments, I'd done a few shooting things, and I'd even ridden in a few horse shows, but I had never done the 5 events in the competition. So, supposed to have the ride first because it prevented people from killing horses. I mean, you're drawing a horse that somebody donated or loaned to you, and if they had the ride last and you're 3 points behind making the team, you're going to kill that horse when you make up the But if you have the ride first, you've got to take it easy because you don't know how the rest of the thing. So the ride was supposed to be first, But we only had 15 horses and there were 30 of us in the Olympic trials. So they decided to have the ride last, and that way the other 4 events would decide who the 15 were who could go into the ride event. And I had a really good competition. For me, as a beginner, I was in 8th place going into the ride. And I was not trying to make the Olympic team. I guarantee I was not trying to make the Olympic team. All I was trying to do was do my first pentathlon competition. And I went into the ride in 8th place. This is great. And I just wanted to have a good ride. It's back to focusing on the task at hand. I was focusing on having a good ride. Well, the guy who was first before the ride dropped to second. And the guy who was second before the ride moved to first. So they just switched. So they were still 1-2. 4 guys go to the Olympics. 3 of them compete, and the 4th one is an alternate in case somebody gets hurt before the competition starts. The guy who was in 3rd and 4th were real close to each other. The 3rd guy didn't want to drop the 4th. The 4th guy definitely wanted to move up to 3rd. So they both rode stupid. And you ride 5 minutes apart, so you don't even know who goes before who. You don't even know how the other guy rid. He might ride later than you. So the guy who was in 3rd went out too fast, which a horse they'll go as fast as you ask them to go if you don't hold them back for a 10-minute, 5,000-meter run. His horse quit with 1,000 meters to go. Oh. Just quit. It's like you going out too fast and you just stopped in a race. He was off his horse throwing rocks at his own horse. So he's out of it. The guy who was in 4th didn't know that was going to happen to the guy in 3rd. And he tried to go too fast. And he fell off his horse 3 times, going around the corners, and his 80-point fall for each fall. So he's out of it. So that was 3rd and 4th guy gone. The 5th guy moved all the way up to 3rd. The 6th guy drew a horse called Douglas. Douglas was pretty strong, and Douglas just ran away with him. I think they're still running somewhere down there. And so he's out of it. The 7th guy, the one just in front of me, I was 8th. The 7th guy, I just outrode, and I moved into 4th. I became 4th. I'm on the Olympic team, and I thought, boy, this is great. I get to go and don't even have to compete. Watch and see what this sport's all about. So what happens a week later, before we left for Melbourne, the guy who won the trials was riding Douglas in practice. And they had disagreement on which side of an oak tree to go on. And they slammed it and broke his leg. Oh. And I competed in Melbourne and got a silver medal. Now you can call that luck if you want. My wife says there is no such thing as luck. And I'll have to probably agree. It's focusing on the task at hand. I was just trying to have a good ride. If my ride's good enough to put me on the team, fair enough. If it's not, then other people are better, that's all. I didn't screw up those other guys. I didn't make them go out too fast. I didn't make them make mistakes. They did that on their own. All I did was have a regular ride. If they'd had a regular ride, they would have beat me. No problem.